Hey, I'm Seth with Land to House. I was invited by Josh, the Stoney Ridge Farmer, to come up to the farm and install a ram pump, and thought I would just kind of share my experience here around the farm while we're not doing ram pump stuff. And so we are up here at the chicken tractor first thing in the morning, where we are going to be doing some chicken stuff.
Yeah, we're moving the chickens. So this is our mobile chicken coop. It's 10 feet wide by 12 feet long. It's all made out of PVC construction. This is drain pipe, PVC drain pipe. What we'll do in the morning here, typically, the birds need to be moved every day. So we'll take this guy, move it out here, and we're out here on our front lawn right here, basically. So you can do this on, well, this is like a 1/16 of an acre, and we have 35 meat birds. You can see them, they're all excited about new grass. So when I get ready to pull them over, you'll see they go crazy over the new grass and clover and stuff like that. These are our pastured meat birds. We don't sell them right now. We will be selling them. My goal is to have about 20 of these moving about the farm every day. So every morning I wake up, come out, spend about a minute a piece, move them, feed the birds, and call it good. Pretty simple little setup, slides along the ground good. Hey, birdie. They get very excited when it comes time to move, because there's a ton of bugs and stuff. Look at them. They just go completely crazy because there's a ton of bugs and critters in here, so they're all on the hunt right now to get the best, yummiest food.
Wonder if we can hear that.
I'm a little taller than Seth is. We've got the Kubota over here running, warming up a little bit, Kubota side by side. But I want to tell you guys, if you haven't seen the channel yet, so we're on about a 150 acre farm here. Our cows are right out here in the grass. You'll probably see those a whole lot more later today. This isn't a big 2,000 acre farm. This is a family farm that we're starting right here. So when we bought the property, the only cleared spot of land is, we'll rotate around this way, Seth, was right here, basically. There was about an acre, maybe 2 acres of cleared land right here, and then 5 acres up the hill. We bought our mobile home. We could keep rotating. This is a 30-year-old mobile home that we bought, and I gutted it, remodeled it. I paid $3,500 for our house. So basically, we're able to live debt-free for our home while we got our land, start working and paying for our land as much as we could.
Seems like when you don't have that house payment, you can jumpstart everything else way faster than when you got that $1,000 mortgage payment every month.
Exactly. America's prison, man. That is prison. Debt is prison. Total prison. So you got a house at, $300,000 house, and you're paying $700 a month in interest. I mean, think about what you could do with an extra. With $700 is $7,000 a year plus about 10 grand a year extra that you'd have to do the things that you want to do. So a lot of folks fuss on my channel, oh, you're so rich, you do all this. I live in a $3,500 house, man. Our priority lies out here. We're rolling coal in our little diesel Kubota down here to the pond that we had built last year. And this pond is about 3/4 of an acre. I've got it stocked with 100 channel catfish, and we're gonna set up a ram pump today, right? So we can water the cows in this pasture. The cows will be joining us very shortly. They follow the Kubota like it's a chuck wagon.
So if you're interested in that ram pump video, I will post that in the description down below.
Yep, there you go. So ram pump video coming after this?
Yep.
All right, cool. Lots of good cow poop out there, butt fertilizer. Love that. We'll zip on down to the pond. Got a little dip right here. Woo! Got another little dip.
Pretty good suspension. We are now unraveling some of this poly pipe down here at the pond, and we're just gonna let it sit in the sun for a bit, get warmed up. If you watched my series on micro hydro, you know that unraveling this stuff when it's cold out is hilarious to watch, but when you're actually here doing it in person, not so much. We've got 300 feet of this 1/2-inch poly, and since we're using the 1/2-inch ram pump, we're going to be doing an install from the pond here around to somewhere in here, get about 3 feet of drop, and then take our water up to this corner post up here.
Are you going to unroll it out?
Yeah, I figured it was having some sun. Whoa! Some sun. Whoa! Apparently a postal worker went postal on his post, and now he's having to replace his reflector.
Yeah, FedEx guy put this here so they don't run off in the hole, and what do? They'll run off in the hole. FedEx guy, UPS guy, USPS, everybody destroys these, so fingers crossed this will last at least another 6 months and it'll be destroyed too. Here's the last one. It's over here in the bushes.
That's a pretty good destruction there.
I don't know where the reflector went, but I may have claimed this one with the lawnmower. I'm not. Seth, this is how we water our cows now. This is an ABI water trailer from ABI Attachments. And the way this thing works is you've got one or two choices here. You can hook a water hose up to, oh, ouch, stings. You can hook a water hose up right here and fill the tank, and that's what we did. So we've got 1,000 gallons of well water in this tank, which is heavy, really, really heavy. Or over here, so we have a pump here also. So on the other side of the pump, this is an intake for the pump, and that is a semi-trash pump. In other words, it'll pick up snotty stuff off the bottom of a pond. But this we can toss on the inlet valve, toss over in the pond, fill this tank in about 15 minutes. And if we say we had a fire here on the farm or something like that, we could prevent the fire from spreading and or water the cows. Now I'm going to disassemble this, and it's going to have a little bit of water in it. We're going to fire up the pump real quick, and I'll show you how powerful the pump is. A little bit of water going to roll out of that. Okay, and this hooks to the cow waterer. Where is the other hose? Here's the other hose. You're going to love this.
So your well must have a really good refill on it.
The well's 525 feet deep, so we get about 2 to 3 gallons per minute water flow.
Okay.
However, the amount of storage is 500 feet.
500 feet is somewhere around 700 gallons.
Probably more than that. I don't know. I've left the water hose running accidentally watering the garden for 24 hours straight and not lost water. So it's pretty darn good. So what we'll do here, just for fun, just for giggles, we'll go ahead and gas is on, choke is on, this is on. We're going to fire the pump up, and this is made so you don't burn the pump up. You can circulate water through the pump into the tank. So that's what we'll do first. If we can get it to start. On. On. Turn the fuel on. Hondas normally start.
We've come up top real quick to get a watering tank. This was a 300, you said? Or 100?
Let me look at it. I need to...
Looks like 2 55-gallon drums. I'm gonna say 100.
It is. No, it's bigger than a 100-gallon tank. They don't gauge them on how much water they'll hold.
Oh, really?
But the 100-gallon tank is about, it's about this big.
Huh.
Let's see if there are mice in the mouse nest down there. This could be interesting. Nope. Fail. Yeah, this, oh man, does it say how many gallons? 170 gallons.
Huh.
It's a big tank. I lost her. Alright guys, a lot of people ask me, okay, how do you close a gate? And this seems to be like a complete mind blower for people, but it's not really a mind blower. You've got a chain that comes off the gate that goes around the post. You see how this chain is laid underneath there? So if the cow or an animal gets a hold of it and lifts up on it, it just pulls this back into the latch of the gate all the time. So whenever we close the gate, we always drop this chain back in behind, so it locks itself in place. To open the gate, all we got to do is come right here. We got to push down on this one a little bit and let it out. Pretty simple. We're going to go in here deep undercover with the cows. We got to put this water tank up here, and we also have to get some rebar stakes that are by our fruit trees. Another tip I can give you, what I've learned over the years, if you want to keep deer from rubbing their antlers in your fruit trees, drive a stake of rebar about that high right beside your fruit trees, and the deer will hit the rebar and they will not bother your fruit trees again. They'll be like, ah, oh, that's weird, and they won't bother your fruit trees. I've been needing to do.
The plastic that's around the tree?
Yeah, if it's around the tree, don't worry about it.
Okay.
But if it's, I think I'm going to get bit by a spider inside these, or a stink bug. More likely a stink bug. We have brown recluse spiders around here, so here goes.
Well, we went and had some lunch and came back, and one of the funniest things I've ever seen was Josh putting on some waders, heading into the middle of the pond with a post hole driver, splashing himself like it was a shower. But anyway, lots of fun.
I ain't afraid to try something new, that's for sure.
So we're gonna go up to the other ram pump and perhaps steal a little bit of extra half-inch pipe, because we are this close. We've got maybe 10 foot or so we need to get to make the connection for the delivery pipe. So we have probably put 5 miles on the Kubota today, driving back and forth to various shops trying to find the things we need.
Man, I got a wet crotch. I'll keep it going, I'll grab him.
Ran up on a little black snake here.
Yeah.
And by little we mean...
the best way to catch him. Not a tail. Normally is the best way to get one. When you live in the country, you get to have some good fun. That's about a what, 5-footer?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Nice one right there, boy. Get out of here.
We finished up the ram pump video, and now we're back up here in the shed where the skid steer has a busted hose, and we're going to see if we can't get it back in place, and then I'll have to head on back to the house.
Yeah, tell them about Josh's many millions of projects. My life is one big project here.
Basically, you fix one thing and 4 or 5 broke in the process.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. What we've got is quite a challenge here. So this hose, I'm actually going to give you a set of rubber gloves and me a set of rubber gloves. So this is a new hose, and this is the old hose that was on here. This is 20 years old, and we had a failure of this hydraulic hose. And this is a 1500 PSI hose. We upgraded from the 1500 to the 3500, I think is what it is. Yeah, 3500 PSI hose, 3/4 inch. this has to go in and down and under the belly of the skid loader. You see this string right here? This is my umbilical cord. So this string, we're gonna run a little tape around a few things here in a second. We're gonna tape up these ends on this hydraulic line so we don't get any trash in it. Actually blow them out good. And we're gonna tie that string around there, and Seth is gonna feed me the hose. I'm gonna crawl into the skid loader, and if you see, you can see the lid is open on the skid steer. I've never done this before. This is all new territory. Let's bring you one over here and show you. So this is the seating area for the skid loader. I'll show you real quick. Let me lower it down. I'm standing in 5 gallons of hydraulic fluid right now. Oh. Lower it down. So this is the cab of the skid loader. And there are 2 bolts that hold the cab down. Once you unbolt those bolts, you lift up, and there's shocks, and it just raises up and then locks into position. If you give it a little push, okay, it drops in and locks into position right here. So I looked up and found that the hose that's bad is right in there. So I've got a piece of string down through here, and I'll hook the new hose to the new string, the new hose to the old string, and pull it through with Seth's help. Am I pulling it?
There we are.
Okay, keep feeding it to me. Might have to take it back towards you a little bit. Okay, there we go. It does seem like that O-ring is it's the wrong size, but there it goes, it fit in there. So, this is our new hydraulic fitting. That's the O-ring. And that looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Like typical mechanic videos, you can't see much.
Need the GoPro.
See this dark space here?
That's
Trust
where
me,
Josh is working.
Something is in there that we're going to work on.
This is a hydraulic line. This is the main hydraulic line that goes from the oil cooler on the John Deere skid steers, John Deere 250 skid steers, this is a 2000 model, the hydraulic oil line, and this thing split, and it leaked out 15 gallons of hydraulic fluid, which is, we found, $69 per 5 gallon bucket of hydraulic fluid. So it leaked out $150 worth of, more than $150 worth of fluid.
Which is what your cleanup is doing down here.
In one shot. I think we got it. If we don't have the connection tight enough, we'll find out real quick as the puddle gets bigger.
Well, cranked up, he moved it around a little bit. He still has to put the fluid back in to finish this off and put panels and stuff on there. But it's been a fun couple of days around here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Thanks so much for having me. Sponsored by
Super Clean. No. We got a mess. I got a mess to clean up. Seth won't stick around for the mess.
Nope.
He wants to play with water, not grease.
Yeah, Ashley just called and said it'd be nice if I came home, so
yeah,
I'm on my way.
Good stuff.
But anyway, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, man. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed putting the ram pump in. We had a good time today. So hope you guys got a little taste of what goes on here on Stoney Ridge. A lot of work.
Something new every day.
Yeah, tractor trailer showed up on us.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, what do we get over here?
These are cattle mineral feeders. So
I noticed one had been cinched down a little bit tight on that side.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, these are cattle mineral feeders for to keep your cattle. You know, the cattle will have to have a salt block or minerals. You know, just like we do. So grass and hay isn't quite enough. These are mineral feeders that'll keep the mineral up out of the dirt and keep the cows from making a big mess. And I can move them from pasture to pasture. Just hook them up and drag them wherever I need to take them for moving our cattle.
Is it going to attract a lot of deer?
I don't think so. I think it looks like a little hut. So it's going to be like a hut about this big, and that'll have the salt blocks in it. Cool?
Very cool.
And it has a little flag thing down that hangs down that cows stick their head in it, and it keeps the flies off their eyes. You can put some organic fly repellent on there, and it'll keep the flies off of them. Pretty cool. Maybe put some Super Clean on there.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.